Hello, this is Zedis. Welcome back to another Mario Maker 2 video, clearing more Uncleared 2020 levels. I am not sure how many more of these videos I'm going to do, at least in 2020. There are about 2,500 levels left. They are all Super Mario World or NSMBU. I did 5 Super Mario World levels. I'm not even going to touch those NSMBU speedruns. I'm sure there's some other ones, but I am not good enough to do those, and I don't like them. So I stuck to Super Mario World today. I was disappointed there wasn't even any 3D World. I was kind of planning just to stick to 3D World and Super Mario World, but apparently I can't do that. So yeah, we'll do some Super Mario World levels. This first level is a cape level, kind of. It is, I mean, but there's not a lot of really technical flying or anything like that. This one didn't have a lot of tries. There's also, I think I also read on the Discord that there are no levels with fewer than 50 tries. I lost the cape and I threw it up and I'm like, well, I must have to keep the cape. The fact is, you don't really have, the cape, you lose it all the time in this level. There's no reason to keep it most of the time. So I'm over here. I'm like, I don't really know where I'm going. I'm not looking at the program yet. And I see this down here, and I'm like, well, I can spin jump on these guys. You know, I don't need a cape for this. So we're gonna keep going. I figured eventually there'd be some sort of cape check. But nope, there's another cape. If you made it this far with the cape, you don't have to do that, I guess, but whatever. I did see this up here. Nice flight there. I did that pretty well. YOLO to the right. Got a little bit of some Kaizo light type stuff here. Nothing that complicated though, just throw the shell up. It's indicated. And I got a checkpoint. I lost the cape, got a new cape. Wasn't super complicated. And I'm curious as if I'll be able to do, you know, everything else. How long do I need to keep the cape in any section? I fall in this pit right here and I completely screw myself. But the fact is, I don't really need the cape here either. Just to use it to damage boost. Flying up there is not super easy, but here I Z jump there and I land right on the one piece of land. If they were all spinies, I would have survived that. Yeah, this is I mean, I didn't boo this level because it's just kind of innocent, I guess. It's not malicious anyway. It's not very good. I didn't give it a like either. I love cape levels, but most of them are either like fly through these spikes, and this one's kind of like that, but it's not. Like I said, you can lose your cape in almost every situation. Honestly, the goal is just barely to the right there. But I just got to get through these guys right here. Yeah, I spent a lot of time like flying around and seeing what I can do. Doing some actually pretty complicated flying mechanisms, although yeah, I like this move. Use the Z jump to fly into here, but up here you're kind of stuck. So I want to go down this way, and I mess up. And I make it back to the beginning where I can get another cape. You have to kind of run from that green pipe to gain flight. You get hit, you know, you kind of just bounce over, and there's the end. I'm like, oh, well, that was easy. Took me about 9 minutes. A lot of it was just trying to figure out a way to do it, and it's like, well, he doesn't make it very hard. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna complain. You know, that one had to have had under 50 tries, because I end with 53. I didn't beat it in 3 lives. Maybe I did beat it in 3 lives. Anyway, next level is a Japanese level. I did eventually give up on another Japanese level. I was gonna have 6 levels, like I have been. This one is pretty decent. Kind of spike tunnel-y, bomb surfing type stuff. This one, I was having some recording issues. I was messing with the program, and my recording kept shutting off, so I had to reboot everything. And I was pretty well practiced at it by the time I got it to record right. That was almost the end right there. Show you a couple of things that can happen. A lot of spikes, obviously. If you're not fast enough, you blow up just one of these bullet launchers and it falls. That's kind of funny. Yeah, for a spike tunnel-y level, I didn't mind this. I could almost give this a like. I think the ending is a little confusing. This part's a little bit blind with the thwomps. You have to learn that. But, you know, it's not that, you know, after you do it a couple of times. This part is just, it's really confusing as to what you do. But you hit that red, and then you just kind of fall. And, yeah, that's blind, too. I don't know what he wanted me to do, but this is the only way to win. If you're up top, you can't get to the flag. Or the goal post or whatever, the goal tape. So, yeah, that was, it seemed easy. It did take me actually quite a while. Probably no more than half an hour, though. But, like I said, my recording wasn't working right, so I did get through it pretty. There were, you know, a lot of tries before I even started. There were well over 100 tries, but it might have taken me 100 lives. I don't know. I died. I mean, it was really quick level, so I died a lot. This third level is a pile of garbage. Yeah, this is the worst level. I would have booted instantly for the sound effect spam. I hate sound effect spam. I've mentioned it all the time. This part is quite tough, but the sound effects make it worse than it is. You know, if without the sound effects, I'd be fine. But there's a lot of hidden crap in this level, and oh, was there hidden stuff? Kinda, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, there were some hidden blocks, blind jumps, crap like that. But the sound effect spam is what's most offensive to me. Yeah, if you bounce off the one on the bottom and kind of head to the left, you can get under the second one and then kill the one that's following pretty easily. And then just jumping up on the bombs. And like I said, a lot of my pain here was these sound effects. These graphical. This is like the glitch sound effects, so it has like a little graphical glitch. Right now, I hadn't really looked in the program too much. I think I did pretty quick though, because I felt like there was hidden stuff, and there was. Again, the glitch sound effect, yeah, distracted me or got in my way. I'm not sure if I want to grab the spring or the POW. I tend to prefer the spring because, you know, I could maybe do a spring jump if I need to. I throw that down because I can't see anything right here. I threw that to see if there's anything down there. Barely, but there is something down there. But then I noticed the only way I can really go, there's a muncher blocking me, so I probably need the POW. And I just tossed the spring. I think right now I'm kind of convinced that I need the POW. And then I did, at this point I probably looked in the program and noticed that there were some hidden blocks. So yep, we're going to grab the POW instead. I get a terrible jump off this spring. In fact, I ended up having to throw the spring out of the way because it kept eating my jump. And I think also the graphical glitch thing was bothering me. And here I get hit by the sideways spring. Hey, you got me with that one. That's always funny, I guess. Yeah, the one level I spent like over an hour on, I couldn't beat. Ended with some really horrible precision. Actually cape stuff, but it wasn't. It was just floating, but it was so precise I couldn't get through it. So yeah, just blind jump here. There are some Kaizo blocks above that bumper. I'm trying to hit that block, but it only has a star in it. I already have a star, so no big deal. We don't need it. Drop into the subworld. Don't push left or right. You can survive that. And there's some P-switches and some thwomps that really don't have much to do. I guess this is more of a decoration. I hit the P-switches. Those sideways springs are going to fall. And you'll see what I'm kind of thinking about it right now. What's going to happen? So they fall. I'm like, can I get below those springs? I wasn't sure if I could get below those springs around rails. I thought they might kill me if I... So I actually kind of thought this was a dead end. I thought maybe I was supposed to do something on the overworld. But no, you can get through this. It's really tough, and I play around with it a lot. I'm not even sure which way I need to go at this point. Like I said, I don't try to look too much at the program, only for hidden blocks and stuff like that. Hidden power-ups. But this is like, man, I wasted all the P-switches, and there's a P-switch door over here, and I'm like, oh crap. There's also like a POW down below. I'm not sure, like, if there's anything I can really do with that. I don't think there is. Yeah, I'm not sure what any of that stuff is. I thought it was just a decoration. I was gonna do a 6 spring drop to the left, but, you know, I mean, I really didn't have much options. So we're going to do this again. And the goal is to get underneath that spring while the P-switch is still on. I have to hit all the P-switches, basically, to get through there. And I used the spring on the right to bounce me quick enough, give me a run speed, basically. Because that'll help, at least, I think. And my goal was, like, if I don't make it on this life, I'll just have to try again. But I made it. So that was the second try. These pipes don't lead anywhere. Just a blind fall. Blind jump. I was looking at the program here because I knew he was cheating. And then there is a clear condition to kill some Koopas. So I was very afraid I was going to get killed here. Also, like, you don't want to eject those guys off a cliff because they will disappear. No way to get back in that pipe. I think I'd be screwed if I drop one down the pit. So gotta be really careful to kill them all. Yeah, you have to wonder what people who make levels like this were thinking. Even the one I couldn't beat was a lot better than this, and that was a really bad level too. That's been a there was an issue last week too, is I would get right through a whole level, and then there would be some annoyingly precise thing that would keep me from beating it. Yeah, this one you had to float down a spiked tunnel and then take damage at the very end, and then you had to rush to the flag, and other people had died rushing to the flag, and I couldn't. I draw trash fire for this one because that's exactly what it was. My artwork is not great. My flames are not good. It's hard to draw anything right here, but hopefully people will get the idea. Looks better from a distance. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that people like picked off all except the NSMBU and Super Mario World. 2019, the final level was Super Mario World, but there were a ton of NSMBU speedruns. So the final 2 levels are going to be by the same guy, and these are super hard levels, really tech-heavy levels, puzzly levels, and I did notice that this person was, and I can't read his name, but this person still makes levels, Bullet 88, I think. Yeah, this person still makes levels, so I actually invited him to the channel, so if you've come to watch, welcome. I had fun with these 2 levels, your last 2 2020 levels. You see right here, you have to make a very good jump between these saw blades, land on the Yoshi. I did that for the first time. I landed on a Yoshi, and then I walked right into the saw. Once you get it, it's not that hard. It's a pretty easy jump once you get the timing right. You just have to know when to start running. Clear condition, get 50 1-ups. I would say the clear condition isn't super necessary here, but it's not bad, and it's not like he hides anything. So they're all right in the open. It's the only thing that sucks is once I figured out what to do, getting all these mushrooms was a bit of a chore. This is the hardest jump on the level right here to get to that door. It is so hard, and I don't show that many deaths. I think I only show 1. I died probably 50 times on that jump. I got used to it, just like the saw jump. Yeah, you can't get Yoshi up here. That was my issue. Is like I could see a way to win with a Yoshi. Right here, I'm like, okay, well, I gotta get up there. There's no way to get to the right through those saw blades. I don't have a power-up. I said I really could use the Yoshi, but I can't get him up here. Can't quite make that jump. I lose this guy, and here's the only time I show that death here. But it's really hard, because you bump against that wall, you drop straight down. You have to hook around, and it's really hard to do in a 2-block area. So, I'm like trying to think of a good way to get up here, and I'm like, the beetle's upside down. He will pop back up, and you can do a beetle wake-up jump, which is a pretty common Kaizo technique. I do wonder if I'm doing this level the way the author intended. I don't care if I am, but I would love to know otherwise. But I don't see a better way to do this level. And I'm looking, I'm like, the gold tape is right to the right there. I'm like, well, shell jump seems hard, but I'm looking at these one-ways, and I'm like, well, he's put those one-ways there to prevent me shell jumping. There's no way that's the way to do it, but I'm gonna try a couple of times at least. I probably tried 2 or 3 times. But yeah, this far is pretty easy to get, and I'm like trying to think of another option, and I'm like, well, it looks like he needs me to jump off of Yoshi. That's the only way I see to do it. And I'm like, well, how in the hell can I get Yoshi over here? I don't see a way to get him over here. And I'm thinking, the only way I can get him over here that I can think of is to shell jump with Yoshi. If I spit the shell against that wall, bounce off of it, I can get Yoshi up there. And that is all I really need to do. And I'm like, that's going to be really tough. Yoshi shell jumps are not easy to do in any case. So I was gonna have to get good, really. But the one thing I kind of do like is once I've gotten this far, if I mess up that Yoshi shell jump, I can reset everything. And in the life where I win, I'll speed it up a little, but I probably had to do it like 3 times before I got it right. So yeah, he does give me a resupply of mushrooms, which is nice. So I assume that I felt actually that you needed at least 2, but he gives me an infinite supply. So I thought, here I lost the beetle because I let those bricks open. In the future, I'm gonna just break the one on top. But here I did want to show you that if I get this guy, I can't get the guy to the right anymore. You can't actually run fast enough. You can't gain enough speed to make it over these saws. I was hoping you could, but you can't really do it. You can't reach P speed, which is your max speed. This is the final life. We do a duck jump here. Get these 1-ups as fast as possible. Like I said, after the first after you get all the mushrooms, you're like, well, maybe we didn't need that full, this full clear condition. At this point, I did play this. I probably played this and the next level, which is the same guy, Bullet 88. I played his last two 2020 levels that had been uncleared. And they were actually pretty similar. They're in the same series. But yeah, they use similar items, similar setups. Yep, so we're gonna get this. So if we run from this side here, I'm gonna just break this top one so I can do this multiple times if needed. But yeah, if you keep running from here, you can get the P speed. You can make it over these saws. Yeah, very, very difficult, but you know, as soon as you shoot this shell, it's very, I died on these saws a lot too. As soon as you shoot the shell, you know that if you're gonna connect with it or not. Yoshi shell jumps are very weird because you have to do it at a strange time. Here, I have sped it up now, but I didn't want to show the whole run, the whole life that I win. So yeah, we could just do this again. Reset the Beatles, so I missed it again. Second try, third, gotta go back, do it again. I guess you could just reset it at this point, but it's not, you know, then I have to get all the mushrooms again, I suppose, so at least I saved that. So we're here, we're gonna, yeah, it's really easy to hit these saws and fall off of Yoshi too. There, I got it perfect. I had done it. Oh, this part's difficult too. I did make the Yoshi shell jump probably like 4 times. So I want to get hit with Yoshi and I want to get back on him. I grabbed this guy and I'm like, well, my goal or my intention is to get the mushroom and just leap off of Yoshi and go through the gold tape, and that's perfectly possible, but I end up hitting the saw and bouncing up enough to get over it, and I'm like, I don't know if I was supposed to make it with Yoshi intact. I could have done it without him. You know, I could have killed Yoshi, but I saved his life, and I even have a beetle shell with me, and I give him a note. I said, actually, I was going to say I deserve a trophy, but it didn't fit, so I just said I rule. I was super proud of beating that one. I did leave a mark of ZDs on this too. I don't think I show it though. I think I cut that. Well, I'll do that on difficult levels, but God knows next week there might be only NSMBU speedruns. Yeah, I looked at for one NSMBU level and it said speedrun. I'm like, I'm just gonna stick to Super Mario World right now. There are gonna be more interesting levels. And okay, so here's the second one. I think the tough first desert level was the last one. This is tough first ice level. Very similar setups, but there are different ones. It's not like the same exact thing. But we're Yoshi, 1-ups, saws, a lot of the same decoration and beetles. This jump took me forever to figure out, because you see what you have to do right away. You have to ditch Yoshi so he flies through the saw, and then you have to jump on Yoshi, and then we need to jump off of Yoshi up here. There is a reset pipe here. I am not sure. It would be nice if you were in Endless, I guess, but why not just a door? I don't understand why it leads a pipe to door. You saw me check for hidden stuff, and I had... Well, I don't know if I think I might have opened the program right away. I just like to look, especially on these hard levels. I know he wasn't cheating on the last one, but I like to look just to kind of gauge where I need to go. There are definitely a few blind spots on these levels. These are hard levels, not meant for Endless for sure. Anyway, this is the first time I actually get him over there. I did figure out a really I guess I didn't. Yeah, if he's touching the saw and you jump on him, he'll get knocked off. You'll take damage, he'll run away. It's very deliberately set up like that. I figured out a really good way to do this after a while, and I could make this jump almost every time. And it's really weird. You almost have to hit the ground with Yoshi. and then jump off of him, and it kind of like launches him forward. You'll see it in the final life. But we're out of here right now. We go up in this direction. Also get 16 1-ups, not 50 this time, which is nice. There is at least one spot you could cheese if they didn't have a clear condition in this level. So I'm just looking. It's like a puzzle level like that last that puzzle level I had a couple weeks ago. It's more Kaizo-ish though. I'm just trying to gauge what I can do. And I'm like, well, this looks like another jump off a beetle waking up jump. And what I didn't realize is I didn't even do that at first. But later I forgot about it. And I was doing the beetle wake up. And you'll see that in the final life. Actually, I just Z-jump off him here. It's pretty difficult to figure out what I'm supposed to do here. But yeah, he starts walking away. And I pop him back, and then I lose him. Oh, I don't do anything in this life. You could actually make it over that saw, but there are 1-ups up there. That's the only time that the 1-ups or the clear condition really comes into any effect. And these levels are obviously, they're short enough where I should not have Z-jumped off of there. Anyway, they're short enough where it's not a big deal that there's no checkpoint or anything like that. The clear condition is unnecessary, but fine. Could have been 3 1-ups though. That would give an endless player 3 1-ups, but I don't know who's really going to beat this on endless, except for maybe the Beast and Aura. Yeah, I'm just trying to judge. I know I have to do it near the top, but yeah, you can just Z-jump off him and you get up here. It's actually not very strict at all. We will not Z-jump on this guy anymore. We normal jumped, and then I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't quite understand what I have to do here. I figure I have to throw this guy on the blue platform, but I don't quite see it yet. But you notice these blue winged platforms go up and down. If it's at the very top level, you can Z-jump and not hit that saw. But you see that there are spikes up to the right too. I'm trying to just jump off him now. The spikes make that jump a lot tighter than it would be otherwise. But if you get it at a good angle, it's okay. You can also let the beetle wake up and walk a little bit, and you don't even actually have to use the blue platform. He was a little too far to the left, so I couldn't get past these spikes. It's really, really tough, but if he's walking along the spikes and not the blue platform, if you hit him right between the 2 saws, you can make it. Very difficult to do, though. There I have. First time, the last 3 1-ups, and there's another beetle. And the pipe dispenses mushrooms. I will say right now, I never understood what I was needed to do with the mushrooms, but I did know where the goal was, and I'm like, well, I could probably do a reverse shell jump off of here, and that is actually what I ended up doing. I don't know if that's what he wanted me to do. Yeah, you see how I touched that wall and then released him, and he flies to the right. So weird. That's very weird. I did eventually forget that I was Z-jumping off these guys, so I was doing a beetle wake-up jump like I was in the previous level. That actually was harder than what I was doing before, and I didn't realize until I was editing the video that I had done it a different way. But yeah, you know, once you figure something out, I was still probably trying to figure out the damn Yoshi jump at the beginning. That took me a long time to figure that out. So I'm gonna let him wake up, and I'm gonna hit him right in the middle there. I did hit the shell jump maybe 3 times before I actually made it far enough. I actually was sure I was dead right there. I'm not sure what he wants me to do, and I don't know what that mushroom is for. I don't know if that mushroom would have made it harder or easier. But I realized pretty quickly that I didn't need it to make that jump. I was sure if I had... You can do like a very extended shell jump where you hover right above the shell and then hook back and then bounce over. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next week.